Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am back. I am very back. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm not very back. No, hold on. Let me fix something real quick. Video. Yeah, gotta do that. Gotta do that. There we go. There we go. All right, what we're going to be doing tonight is I'm going to take a couple hours to just mill about in Star Citizen Live, the live server. I'm not going to really have any goal or mission in play. Let the music play in the background, but I'm also going to answer or field any questions you might have about Star Citizen. If you want to know what it's about, what is this game, how do you get involved? If you got any questions, I'll stop doing exactly what I'm doing. I don't care, and I will address those questions. Okay, so I'm here for the community right now. I'm not here to play the game per se, even though I will be playing the game. I'm more here to talk to you about Star Citizen, what it's about, how do you get involved, and I'm also here to recruit for my squadron. So if you are looking for an organization because 3.0 is getting ready to come out real soon and you want to know what Star Citizen or what the squadrons are all about or organizations are about, and you're thinking about getting into one, well, our 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron is recruiting. So a lot of this stream will be me recruiting, me talking to you guys about Star Citizen, and so it's really a recruiting stream. I should probably put that in the title. It's recruiting you for Star Citizen. If you'd like to play Star Citizen, want to know what it's about, give you all the ins and outs of Star Citizen, and the same thing for our organization, our guild, our clan, our squadron. If you want to know what it's all about and what we stand for and what we plan to do in the verse, you can ask. I'm going to put a little disclaimer out there. I will not reveal any secrets about our squadron because we are a paramilitary organization, so we are considered part of the UEE Navy, and we will be we will have top secret missions and things like that that we cannot reveal to the public. Okay, so if you are interested, just start asking questions. Right now I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. I am not. I am using the Restream. I don't know if it's considered an app or a website or a tool or whatever it is, but I'm going to call it a tool. So I'm using the Restream tool to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I have both chats open so I can see any of your questions or anything that you might want to know. Okay, the first thing I probably should do is go get some water. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get some water. Be right back. I'm still getting water. Actually, I'm not getting the water anymore. I'm going to actually just throw some Gatorade into the water.
So bear with me while I do that.
Yeah, I just took a nap, man. I can't. I got home from work super tired, so I just went ahead and took a nap. Woke up about 45 minutes ago. Ate dinner. And then plan to stream some. Hey GTA man, what is my favorite gun? Okay, I assume we're talking about Star Citizen, right? There are some guns that are not available yet. There are some guns that have been revealed through photographs that are not in yet. I don't know, that seemed like I can't get that music to be just quiet enough. Maybe that's it. Okay, because it was like loud in my ears. I'm sorry. There is a set of guns. And are we talking about first-person shooting guns, or are we talking about ship guns? That could go in a different direction. Also, ship guns, I do like the lasers a lot because of the fact I don't have to go out and buy any ammunition. So that's definitely a good thing. But in the personal rifles, right now in the game, I think I like the laser rifle. But there are some really sexy guns coming out. And I probably could look for a picture because I think I've got one. Actually, I do think I've got a picture of these guns. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, there's the Warlord wallpaper. I put it in my wallpapers, but I don't remember where. Okay. Star Citizen wallpapers. That's probably it. Okay, hang on. Bear with me. Get my stream all set up back to the way it goes. Star Citizen wallpaper. Here we go. Let's see if I have the... No. Okay, those are my personal screenshots that I took. Those aren't the weapons. Okay, well, let's look at where I keep all my Star Citizen files. Pictures? Weapons? I have so many Star Citizen pictures. You just can't imagine. Okay, I'm scanning through them. But basically, it's a bearing marksman's rifle. It's not a sniper rifle. It's not a full-fledged sniper rifle, but it's like an FN or a like an M14. You know, it's not a full-fledged sniper rifle, but it could serve as a sniper rifle. It's basically the... Oh, new. Maybe that's... is that it? Is that the picture? Yeah, that's the picture I need. Okay, bring it to my screen, and let's do a monitor capture. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. But right there. These are some new guns that will be coming out very soon. They've already got all the models done. They showed them off like 6 months ago that they were pretty much finished. So I'm hoping we're going to see them maybe in 3.0, maybe 3.1, something like that. But I think this is the one I'm talking about, the DMR. Not the sniper rifle and not the light machine gun, but I kind of like... And I wish you could see this in 3D because I don't have the 3D pictures. Yeah, I don't have the 3D pictures. But you got the shotgun, SG I guess. Got the magazine back here, that's pretty cool. And then look at the size of the rounds right there for the sniper rifle. 50 cal, that's pretty cool. Giant night vision device is what that looks like. And then that's just a 7.62 DMR. And the way it's designed, you know, with the expandable stock and the way the magazine slides up into its little groove there and everything. These are horrible. When I zoom in, the detail goes away. But and they have a light machine gun. Oh, you do? Yeah. He looks pretty sexy. I like the way the grip is. And these are all kind of a white. It doesn't give it justice really here. It's kind of is showing it off as a little off gray. But the 3D models that I've seen, that white section was actually a brighter white. And I kind of dig that look. I like the black and white kind of contrast. Then there's the light machine gun. Then there's your standard assault rifle, which is pretty cool. And this is that's the 5.56 version of it, and then this is the 7.62 version of it. I mean, that's pretty. And then there's your submachine gun. Submachine guns would be really cool, but I can see maybe a higher rate of fire with the submachine gun. But gameplay reasons, I don't really see it affecting, like me being able to aim. Reloads might be faster on the submachine gun, right? That's probably what it is. But this one right here, and possibly this one right here, is going to compete with the P4. The P4 is the one in game right now. That's the one with that you see everybody playing with right now. Yeah, but this one right here, that DMR, that's probably my favorite one because it's a cross between the sniper rifle and the assault rifle. You know what I mean? So it's gonna punch a little higher than its weight class. I had to say that. Sorry, but it looks like it's gonna have some knockdown power. I don't know if it's gonna have better penetration. The 50 cal is obviously gonna be a pretty beastie. It's gonna be a super gun, but I bet you I don't know yet really, but I bet you it's got like a 10-round magazine or something like that, where that DMR's probably got a 20 or 30-round magazine. So, and it probably has auto fire, where the sniper rifle probably doesn't have auto fire as an option, you know. So good question, good question. If you got any more questions, feel free to ask. If you're in the stream, I'm looking at both Twitch and YouTube. So, yeah, check that out. Let me get rid of that. Let's go back to Star Citizen. What? Where's my Star Citizen? All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to jump into Crusader just to have some backdrop. Yeah, so if you're new to watching the stream right now, what I'm doing is I'm fielding questions. So if you have any questions for me, you don't have to put questions in brackets or anything. Just ask. And it'd be just a conversation between you and me. You can expect to see more Star Citizen coming from my channel. I just beat XCOM 2 War of the Chosen last night. And I'll probably play it again, probably another 100 times, but I'm not necessarily going to stream that anymore. I just wanted to stream every episode from the start to finish in XCOM, and I did that. And so now I'm back to Star Citizen, and my timing is pretty good, I think, because 3.0 last week hit the Evocati, or actually I guess that was not even last week, it was only Thursday, hit the Evocati. So in a couple of weeks, PTU is going to be out for everybody probably, and then go live a couple of weeks after that, maybe the 27th of October because of a CitizenCon or something like that. And so I'm back engaging my community, but also recruiting for my organization. The 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron is actively recruiting, and so if you're interested in a UEE Navy organization, one that hunts down pirates and smugglers and defends the inner, I'm going to call it the inner sphere, even though we all know what the inner sphere is. That's not really a Star Citizen thing. But imagine the inner sphere being the Empire, and all the periphery being, you know, all the alien races, like the Banu, the Kurthak, and the Vandul, of course. But we are stationed at Goss. There's a Navy base on the 3rd planet. We actually, and it's a fairly popular tourist location, and we're tasked at ensuring that those tourists aren't pirated, basically. You know, there's no smuggling. Well, smuggling's not so much a big deal. Oh, check it out. Somebody's standing out there with his constellation. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. There's a couple of guys. Okay. Yeah, so if you got any questions about either Star Citizen or the organization, please field those questions for me. I will be glad to answer those for you. If you don't have any questions, I'm just going to throw out tidbits of information. Like, they had just started working on the Carrack. The Carrack is a brand new ship in the scheme of things. The Carrack is probably going to be about 10 times the size of that constellation right there. It's got a crew of 10, 30, somewhere in there. You know, it might change. But concept was years and years and years ago, but they've been putting it off, and now they're starting to go do some work on the Carrack. It's actually in production right now. That is my largest ship, and so I am super excited about it. But as an organization, I will need crew members to field the exploration love that I have. So now we are part of the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, which we are recruiting for. We are considered a Saber squadron, like a squadron in the Navy that has been issued Sabers. Now, a lot of us have Hornets, of course, because that's the Navy fighter. But that's the old Navy fighter. The current Navy fighter is the Lightning, right? The Lightning is the current Navy fighter. And the Saber was going to be its... the Saber was... what am I trying to say? Its competitor. The Lightning, Anvil Lightning came into play, and the Aegis Saber went into play, and they tried, and the Navy decided to take the Lightning. But that means that there was a bunch of Sabers that were acquired by the Navy, and that's our squadron. We're holdouts for the Saber, basically. And the advantage of the Saber over the Lightning supposedly has more firepower, but the Saber has more stealth capabilities. So you have see, I must have my chat turned off or something, because I don't see anybody talking. Let me see if I can talk. Well, yeah, I can talk right there. Hello, everyone. Okay, I can see it. Okay, so I got it turned on. Just nobody's talking. Yeah, if you're in the stream, if you just joined us, what the heck was that? Something floating right there. Looks like a scope. Is it my scope? Did my scope fall off my rifle? No, my scope's on my rifle. You think I got enough guns on me? I got the laser, I got the sniper rifle, I got the P4 in the front with magazines sticking out of the barrel, because that's a known issue. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just out here walking around, walking in circles, just not really doing anything. So if you've come to watch me actually do something in the stream, then this isn't really the stream for you. This stream is to answer questions. If you don't know what Star Citizen is, or you don't have no clue, or if you just want to know some additional information, come talk to me. That's what this stream is about. This stream is about me engaging the community about Star Citizen. Oh, here comes a Avenger coming in. A hot landing. Okay, I don't know if he got... What the heck? He's rubbing the ground with his gun. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to do a manual landing. You know you got auto landing. Hello? Okay, just slam it down. So basically, back to our squadron, we have about just twitching and doing a Q and A. Yeah. The what you call it? The I lost my train of thought. Okay, our squadron, right? We have we're technically a saber squadron, a fighter squadron, but that's only an appearance. That's only for I don't know. That's because even though we're a saber squadron, we don't. Not every member has a saber. About half of us have sabers, but that's not the only thing we want to do. We don't want to just be fighter pilots, you know. Yeah, that's great right now in Arena Commander and in the early steps of Star Citizen, because really that's all you can do. But when 3.0 comes out, it's going to expand to a lot more. We're going to have not only exploration, we're going to have cargo hauling, we're going to have pirates that we're going to have to deal with, and things like that. So there's going to be a lot more involved, hopefully. And our squadron has a departments, or we call them wings, but really they're like teams. We have an exploration team, we have a bounty hunter team, we have the fighter team, and we've got like the Marines, which is our first-person shooters. We got I can't remember, like 5 or 6 different teams. We even have an intel team, you know, for intelligence and reconnaissance, INR, an INR team. But that's not everything we want to do. We want to do a lot of different things, and so we are going to do, like me personally, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to carry some cargo. I'm going to do some exploration. I'm probably going to do some fighter piloting. I'm probably going to do some, you know, I'm going to do a little bit of first-person shooting. So really, we're a variety squadron. It's just that our label is the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron Sabres, and our nickname is the Griffins. The Griffins. So if you are interested in joining the Griffins, just go to RSI or Robert Space Industries /orgs/1NAS, and I don't know why I'm running back and forth in the shadows, but and then you can be a member of our elite group. Now, I want you to know, this is partially a recruiting stream, so I want you to know this. We have a policy in our organization where we have these guys that are, when you join the squadron, you're not considered a member of the squadron. Let me kind of put a little realism on here. There are some organizations out there that will say, I want to talk to you first, we want to interview you, we want to see that you're an active player, and we want you to play with our team to make sure you're a good fit, and then when we feel like you're ready, we'll throw you an invite and you can become a member of our team, right? That's how a lot of organizations do it out there, especially the ones that take pride in their organization, okay? So, feel me on this. I have a alternative feeling about this, okay? I'll talk to you and stuff like that, but you can drop, anybody in the world, anybody in the universe can drop a request to be in the squadron. I will accept 90% of those applications. Because what I do is, and I have people in my organization that do this for a living, we will check your, like your online gaming portfolio, basically. We're going to look at to see if you're a member of a pirate organization. We're going to look to see if you are an asshole. We're going to see if people hate you. You know, that basically we're going to do that without you having to be there. You can join us, no problem. We're going to do that. We're going to do a little research in the background. Takes like 2 seconds because it's not a very deep dive. I just go to your profile and say, hey, let me see. Is he a member of a pirate organization?
We don't want any civilian casualties here.
Yeah, I don't want any civilian casualties either, especially, me. But okay, so we check that, right? And it's no big deal. 99% of everybody that applies gets through easy, flying colors. Okay, so now you're in our squadron, but we don't consider you a member. We consider you kind of like a recruit. And that's what we actually call you in the game, is a recruit. We give you a rank of recruit. And what that is telling us is you have not gone through our boot camp. Okay? So we then have a boot camp. It's got about 12 different courses you have to go through. None of them are more than 30 minutes long. They're like super easy. But you still have to... I didn't do that. Who did that? Another... Oh, okay. This guy's probably done a few griefy things. And one of them was to ram this other guy's star constellation. And that's why the AI is shooting him. There we go. So let's go to another landing pad. Okay, so we have like a vetting process or something like that, but that's done after you join the organization. Because then we go on missions with you. You get to meet all the guys. You play with us. You've got the Squadron logo over your head and all that stuff, which is not in the game right now. But yeah, you're basically, as far as the game is concerned, you're a full-fledged member of the Squadron. But as far as our personal notes and our personal what do you call it? Filing system that we have, you're not. You're considered a recruit, basically a strap or whatever you want to call them, right? Somebody that's basically a scrub, a noob, or whatever. And so we get you into the squadron, and then you get to hang out with our group. You get to get on the Discord, you chat with everybody, but you don't have 100% access to everything in the squadron, right? You basically have like 50% access. There are things that our squadron does plan to do. We've theory crafted and kind of came up with some agendas and goals that might or might not ever be real. We might not even get a chance to do that in the game. That's possible. But we have them there as a planned course of action, and it's not publicly available. So the recruits don't get that information. So once you've been through our boot camp, which all the boot camp is simple classes that teach you how to play the game, how to do it the way our squadron wants you to do it, and so that we know, like when you finish boot camp and you get moved on to the next rank, because it'll be like an auto promotion at the end of the boot camp. So once you get that promotion, everybody knows, hey, this guy must have finished boot camp. You know, so he knows everything that our squadron requires of him. So, and I'm just going to use this as an example. Okay, another one's flying around shooting people. Okay. Really? Okay, so I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say we have a special way of clearing a room, right? Which we do. But let's just say we've got a special way that we go about it. And the number 1 guy does this. The number 2 guy does that. The number 3 guy does this. The number 4 guy does that, right? And so the 4-man team that goes to clear that room, each one has a specific job and they know what to do. Okay, if everyone has been through the boot camp, everyone knows that their teammate knows what to do. Okay, so it's kind of like he's been through boot camp. He's at this rank or higher, so he's good to go. You know, I don't have to worry about him. But if you're one of those recruits that we're talking about, then you as the team leader or whatever, you say, okay, he's a recruit. He might or might not have finished that part of the boot camp. So it'll basically just alert our guys in our teams that that you might or might not know what to do as the way we do it. I mean, you might have great ideas and you might do it a better way than we do, and that's another good thing. We are always looking for better ways to do things. So we're also always looking for what we call drill instructors. Those are the guys that actually are teaching the boot camps. So those positions are also open in the squadron. But what I'm talking about is what I was trying to get at was the whole vetting process. And let me reiterate, because we just had some people jump into the stream. The squadron doesn't vet you first and then let you join once they determine that you're an all right guy. What we do it backwards. Okay, we let you join, we hang out with you and learn about you, we team with you, we see how often you log in, we see if you're a good asset to our team, and then if you are, we put you through a boot camp, and then you become a full-fledged member of the team. Or the other way is you have to, instead of, all right, let me back up. If you're not a fit for our team, you know, at that point is when we tell you, hey, you've washed out. You know, you're not a team player, because that's very important to us. You're also the worst kind of teammate. You know, you try to shoot people in the back. You're a griefer. You're a pirate or whatever, right? And so that's when we work you out of our organization. I'm gonna switch to more of a planetary. Okay, there's a planetary view. Yeah, but we'll let anyone join. But then we go through the vetting process when you're a member. Okay, sorry, I harped on that quite a bit, so we're gonna move on. Even though if you are interested in a military style organization that is a bunch of Navy Sabre pilots that do other things like explore, carry cargo, first-person shoot like Marines, or what have you, that is the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, and we are recruiting. So find us at Robert Space Industries / I think it's on the screen. Let me see. Is it on the screen in the bottom right? It is. It's on the screen down there on the bottom right-hand corner. Okay. All right. If you have any questions about Star Citizen, what is this game? What am I looking at? Or how do I get involved? Please ask. This stream is not a gameplay stream. I'm not streaming here to get into a dogfight or get into some first-person shooting or go on any of the few missions that they have available right now in 262. What this is a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, want to know a little bit about Star Citizen, curious about, you know, anything in the game, or Squadron 42, ask me and I will do the best to answer all those questions. That's why I'm here. You know, yeah. This is lemon lime Gatorade. Powdered mix. I know you didn't ask, but hey. Yeah, so any other questions, feel free to ask them. If it's already been asked, it's okay, because I can tell that there are people jumping in and jumping out of the stream. And so they're coming in. They're probably thinking that there's going to be some gameplay, and there's not. So I apologize for that. Let's go in and spawn a ship, and let's fly to one of the gas stations. That's what I'm going to do, because then I can pull a gun out. Because I can't pull one out here because of the what do they call it? what do they call it? The Armistice Zone. Nero Hacker. I think I clicked it. I don't see my mouse pointer anywhere.
This station has been designated as an armistice zone. Tampering with weapon safety protocols is strictly forbidden.
Unfortunately, our automated system is unable to access that ship at this time. We apologize for any inconvenience. Please try again later, or select a different ship. Our automated system is unable to access that
Whoa.
ship at this time.
I'm unable to pull out a ship. Okay, that's happened months ago, but I didn't think that. Okay.
Unfortunately, our automated system is unable to access that ship at this time. We apologize for any inconvenience.
That's what I get for switching landing pads.
Or select a different ship.
I'm selecting another ship. I just won't worry about it. If you guys have any questions, ask, because it's not a great Q&A if there's no questions to answer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Beans? Yeah, you know, I work at my local Best Buy. That's where I work at. And I work in the computer department. And there are a lot of guys that come in, and I'm also next to a military base, because when I got out of the service, I just basically stayed here. And so a lot of these like military GIs come in and they're shopping for a computer because guess what? They're getting away from consoles. They realized that there's so much more you can do with a computer, and I'm glad that they are learning this, than you can with a console, right? So they ask me, hey, do you know of a good computer? Of course, because that's my department, right? And then I always ask them, this is something I always ask, what games are you playing, right? Because I'm kind of curious to know like what level of computer they need. You know, if they're playing, you know, Minecraft, then they don't really need anything super powerful. But if they're playing something like, I don't know, Crisis or something, they might need something a little bit more powerful. Or if they're playing Shadows of Mordor or something, you know, I'd probably want to get them into something a little bit more powerful, right? So, there we go. So I ask them this question. I say, hey, what are you playing? And whenever they tell me, and a lot of them would tell me like, oh, I've been playing Fortnite, or I've been playing PUBG, or I'm a big Arma fan, or I play Call of Duty, or whatever they play, right? If it tends to be a first-person shooter style game, which I'm going to say 90% of them are, I say, hey, have you ever heard of this game called Star Citizen? I always do it. And one of the reasons why, and this is very selfish of me, I want them to get into the game. You know, I want them to get into the game because I want more players. More players in the game is better for everybody. If they start backing, that's better for CIG, that's better for me, because if people are backing the game, then there's more production money that can make this game the best damn space sim ever, right? So I will talk about Star Citizen, and then I will change the conversation to Star Citizen and how it's a really beautiful game, as you can kind of see already, and this is still just alpha. It's a beautiful game. It's going to be doing the most that any other game is ever going to do. You know, it's an MMO. It's a first-person shooter. It's a flight sim. It's an economy simulator. You know, you can explore planets. You know, and I go into it, and then I say, hey, have you ever heard of Mark Hamill? You know what? A lot of people have never heard of Mark Hamill. I'm like, really? But, you know, I said, but that's why I asked him. I said, have you ever heard of Mark Hamill? And most of them said, the name sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm in a different generation or something, right? But then I say, do you know who Luke Skywalker is? And they say, yes. Okay, cool. So I go, do you know who Liam Cunningham is? And they go, no. And I said, okay, do you watch Game of Thrones? Yes. You know, or whatever. So I tell them about these different actors that are in Squadron 42. And they go, wow, that's a lot of big actors that are in this game. And I was like, right, you know it. And then that's just the first person mission experience, and then or the single player experience. But then there's this MMO afterwards, and you can get, you know, all your friends can get on the same ship, and, you know, you can fly around the universe together and stuff. And that's kind of the way I push Star Citizen. But when I say selfish, yeah, only that's kind of the background reason is I want them to get involved in Star Citizen. But another reason is I want them to realize the capability of computers, that a computer can do this. A console would not be able to do this, right? And that you need a fairly powerful computer, and that's where my sales come in, because I can actually sell them a more powerful graphics card, a more powerful processor, and things like that, because they're going to want to be able to play Star Citizen if I do my job right, you know. And I do that a lot. I mean, I use it as a selling tool, you know, so that's just me, though. So it's kind of selfish in the way that I want them to be able to play, but I also, if they get a computer that can play Star Citizen, they will be very happy with every other game out in the universe, because nothing's going to be as resource demanding as Star Citizen will be. All right, we'll just float up here in space a little bit and just check things out, you know. Oh, somebody blew up. Maybe not over there. Yeah, I guess I can't see the landing pads because the strut's in the way. And yeah, there's probably an invisible wall where I wouldn't be able to get down inside there, because there are a lot of invisible walls that they don't want me to get down inside here, even though that would be really, really cool if they... Ooh, maybe it's letting me do it! Nope, see, invisible wall. It's a lower invisible wall, though. That's pretty cool. Come on, guys. I know you guys got some questions out there. Feel free to ask. I am streaming both on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously, so you can watch either and ask questions in either Twitch or YouTube. If you want to support the channel, you can always hit the sponsor button in YouTube, or you can go down to my donate button in Twitch. Help support the channel. And I plan to do a lot more of these Q&As and just fiddle farting around until 3.0 comes out, which should be in just a few weeks for the rest of the PTU people. Right now it's only on Evocati's hands, so we're limited on who has access to 3.0. But once they get a lot of these bugs resolved, they'll release it to PTU. I'm super excited, because then I can I'll be able to do missions, and every mission will be different, and we'll have flight control, we'll have planets to explore, well, actually there'll be moons. We have moons and planetoids to explore. We'll have probably a bunch of other space stations to explore, hopefully. We'll have yeah, a lot of coolness. What kind of, is that a Freelancer? No, what kind of ship is that? that a Connie? From a distance, it didn't look like a Connie. Yeah, that's a Connie. The LODs are popping in. Now it looks like a Connie. It's hard to answer questions if you don't drop me some questions. We talked about our squadron, First Naval Aerospace Squadron. We are recruiting, so if you're interested in an organization that stands up for the little people, that's us. We will be an escort squadron, so if you have merchant cargo that you need carried, or if you are an explorer and you just want an escort, or a mining operation, you need some security while you're doing that, you contact First Naval Aerospace Squadron and we will do that for you. If you want to be a member of the First Naval Aerospace Squadron, jump in on our unit page and just apply. We'll accept you, and then we'll put you through boot camp, and then if you go through boot camp successfully, then you'll be a full member of the squadron. Boot camp is not available right now. We're not going to really institute boot camp. That's another good thing. We're not really going to institute boot camp until beta comes out, because the game's not really, we don't really know what's going to happen in the game. So we don't really know the functionality of mining or salvage or the medical profession or scanning, or we don't know any of that just yet, right? We're just all theory crafting right now. So the boot camp's pretty much in development until the game gets to beta. When it gets to beta, then we're going to start what we call a beta boot camp. And then when it goes live, we'll just have a boot camp. Yeah, I noticed that you just joined the Twitch, and somebody just joined the YouTube stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me a question about Star Citizen or our squadron, the First Naval Aerospace Squadron. If you want to know what the game's about, how to get involved, how to get into either one of them, I would be glad to tell you what I know. All right? And you don't have to preface it with any kind of brackets and question. Just ask, and I'll answer. It won't be a problem. My community is not large enough for me to lose the chat or have it scroll too fast or anything like that. I think I've got like 4,000 subscribers or something like that. But most of those are on YouTube, and they just watch my YouTube videos. My live stream community is probably about 100. You know, it's nothing giant. So, but it might get larger now that 3.0 is getting close, and I plan to stream it almost daily. So, I'm back. I was doing XCOM. I did XCOM for a long time because I wanted to knock that out with the new DLC. I did it as a lead up to the new DLC. The new DLC came out, did the whole DLC campaign, and then now that I just beat that last night or night before last, I am back to doing Star Citizen again. And the only reason why I left Star Citizen was because right now in 2.6.2, which is the patch we're in right now, I ran out of things to do. Right? It was like, I've done it 100 times, so let me go find something else that'll keep my interest, you know. And that's what I did. But I'm kind of, this is the lead up to 3.0. 3.0, when it comes out, I won't be able to, or I won't stop finding things to do because of the dynamic mission system. So I won't ever have two missions that are the same. They might be similar, but they're not going to be the same. Yeah, they might be, because 3.0 is still going to be fairly limited. Because, you know, you only got 3 moons and a planetoid. And then some bases and maybe some derelicts or whatever. We'll see. Yeah, nobody's talking in game either. Okay, so hello everyone. Doing a Q and A. Nope, Q and A on Twitch and YouTube, even though YouTube's one word. Have any questions for me? I would love to answer them. If you're new and need help, let me know. There we go. Let's see what they say. What? That was probably too long. Okay. Help, let me know. Yeah, so if anybody's out there in the universe and they need help, they can ask. I think the server's dead right now because I'm sitting at 32 FPS. That kind of tells me that we don't have a whole lot of people online right now on this server. We might have a dozen. Yeah, I've been noticing people jumping into the streams and jumping right out. My anticipation on that, and nobody's really talking to me. People jump in, just lurk in the background, don't say anything, and then after 30 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so, they just bail. And that's okay. I don't mind. I love all you guys coming and checking me out. But and I've noticed I've had twice as many people jumping in on my YouTube as I do on my Twitch. I've noticed with the new Twitch, it uploads a lot faster than it used to. It's actually uploading now. One of the reasons why I started live streaming on YouTube was because of the upload time. And it takes like 6 seconds to get on Twitch, and it takes like 10 to 12 seconds on YouTube. I know 12 seconds is not that big of a deal. I understand. But it is something, you know. And Twitch, the resolution on the screen, I've also noticed, has been improved. And YouTube's been kind of, it seems like it's not, it doesn't look as crisp, because when I play them side by side, it seems like the Twitch stream just seems to be so much better. It really does. But YouTube reaches a larger audience, and my YouTube stream tends to have more viewers. And when I stream to YouTube, 2 seconds later, it's on YouTube that anybody that missed the stream could watch. So I do both. YouTube, I actually have a revenue stream through YouTube. I don't through Twitch. My Twitch streaming is just a side note, but my YouTube, I actually make a very, very, very small amount. It doesn't even pay. I make more at my job in one day than I do in 3 months in YouTube. So, so YouTube doesn't. It doesn't. And I do a lot of videos in YouTube. I mean, a lot. And just recently, YouTube changed a lot of their policies about the monies and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I don't know, YouTube's cracking down on people that aren't. Basically, they're trying to crack down on those people that have clickbait and that lie about what's in their stream and stuff like that. So, and I appreciate that, because that makes it better for everyone. But by doing that, they are inadvertently, I don't think they're intentionally doing it, but what happens is I will stream something for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it'll get flagged as inappropriate. And I'm like, how is my stream inappropriate? I'm the most appropriate person. I'm the most PC person out there. You know, I have a hard time saying the F word. If you ever hear me say the F word, you know I'm serious. If I drink this whole glass, If I don't know, you can't even see it. If I drink this whole glass, I'm going to have to go pee. I do have a green screen. Yes, I do. I do have a green screen. I don't have it up. I don't even have the brackets here right now, but I've got this stand. Wait a second. Where did my stand go? I bet you it's behind. I hope it's back there. But I have these two poles that go up, and then a cross beam, and then a green screen that hangs down behind me. And then I could put some serious light on the subject, you know, which I don't usually do. But I could, and then get rid of this, and then I could be the big head floating in space. But to be honest with you, I don't like setting it up and tearing it down. So, but if I start doing Twitch, YouTube streams more often, then I will. I used to have it set up back before I did XCOM. I used to have it set up all the time, and then just leave it set up, and that's fine. I mean, there's nothing else going on in this room. But the problem with the green screen, and here's one of the reasons why I don't like leaving it set up. To use it properly, you got to have your light on, and your face has to be lit up. For a podcast or something like that, that's no problem. But with me gaming and that light being right there in my eyes, I'm not seeing my screen very well. It's very annoying having that bright light right in my face, because that's a studio light, and I've got two of them that blank, and I would go like, I can't see, you know. So I don't usually do that, to be honest. But like on a podcast or something like that, sure, I'd put up a green screen. Me and my co-hosts or whatever, we would have our green screens up and we would talk, you know, and all that good stuff. But even then, it's not really that important, because when I do my own podcast, which is Filling the Void, which I haven't done in probably almost a year now, I put each participant in their own little box, and it doesn't matter what their background is. They can have a green screen if they want, and we can put a background on there for them, or they can have their garbage bin back there. It doesn't matter, you know, because that's not what people are watching. They're not watching for the background. They're watching for the guys that are talking, you know. Okay, does anybody have any questions for me? Any new questions? Please feel free to ask. No question is a stupid question. If the only stupid question is the question that you didn't ask. Such a cliche. But yeah, you can ask me anything. I will do my best to answer it. If you are new to Star Citizen or don't even play Star Citizen, ask me something, you know. Ask me something about my stream. Ask me something about Star Citizen. Ask me something about my squadron, my organization in Star Citizen. Ask me about Squadron 42, you know. Ask me anything. I'll be glad to answer any questions. Yeah, one of the questions that I get asked quite a bit is, can you reveal some secrets from CIG? And the answer is no, because I don't work at CIG. They don't pay any bills of mine. I'm not a CIG employee or anything like that. So I can't give you any secrets. I can only tell you what I know, and even though I do know everything, as per my name, Mr. Everything, I know everything. I can't remember it all at the same time. And no, that's not true. I only know what has been revealed to the public, right? If they have any secrets that they're keeping, especially Squadron 42, I wouldn't be able to answer those. I could answer what I know, and then I can also give you a speculation of what I think is going to happen. But and believe me, 99% of my speculations have wound up being true, very true. Why? Because I know, or I think I know, what direction Chris Robert is trying to do with this game. And I have an idea that he wants to do a specific thing with this game. And there are these streamers out there, or these YouTubers, or anybody, even myself possibly, that say, hey, he wants to do this, or I don't want this to happen, or I don't want that to happen. And I think to myself, okay, I know the direction this game's going. Does that fit in that direction? No. Okay, it's not going to happen. Don't worry about that. Or people say, I want this to happen. And I think, is that a direction that he wants it to go? No, that's not going to happen. Or they say, I hope this doesn't happen. And I go, is that part of his direction? Yes, it's going to happen. You know, it's... Chris and I are from pretty close to the same generation. Pretty close. He might be just a little bit older than me. But we come from the same generation of space sims, movies, role-playing games, pen and paper, and miniature games even, because he plays Napoleonics as well as I do. There's a lot of similarities between Chris and myself, or at least I see them. They might really not be there, but I see these similarities between Chris and myself. He has a vision of a type of game that he wants, and I want that game as well. It is very easy for me to say Chris wants this or he doesn't want that, because it's almost exactly the same as I want. If that makes sense. If you guys can get that. There's a little known role-playing game, pen and paper role-playing game out there. I strongly recommend you do some research on this pen and paper role-playing game. Because this pen and paper role-playing game is probably the best role-playing game for space out there. Okay, so it's called, simply enough, Traveler. Traveler. It's what the title implies is you are a traveler through the galaxy or the universe or the solar system or whatever. So you're the traveler. Players get together, they form ship crews. They get on a ship and they go on these adventures. The referee, dungeon master, whatever you want to call him, has this universe that he's created or that he's bought, and he runs these modules or he creates these adventures just like any other pen and paper role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, right? When it came out, Star Wars was brand new, right? It was like 77. So the game came out, even one of their expansions referenced like this dark lord with these mind powers and stuff like that. So, and then there was this young boy that lived on a farm that broke away and became a great fighter pilot and all that. Okay, so they had like these, I don't know, they didn't have any license to do it, but you get the idea of what they were doing, right? And everybody knew who they were talking about, but they didn't say their names or anything like this because they didn't have any license to do that. And Chris doesn't have any license to use anything from that role-playing game, right? Plus, there are some things in that role-playing game that you might not like. There's this or that, you know, that you just don't like and you want to change. And that's what Chris did. I'm projecting myself into Chris, right? I don't know this for a fact. I don't work for him. I'm not his best friend. I think that he took Traveler, the role-playing game, use that as a guideline, a stepping block of how he wants his Star Citizen game to be. He wants it to be realistic. He doesn't want it to be sci-fi fantasy. He doesn't want to have, you know, redonkulous stuff in the game. Traveler doesn't have that. Traveler is realistic. Traveler uses thrusters, and you pull G's, and you know, you don't just. But now the ships in Traveler can travel pretty fast because of the way their thrust works. Like they could pull 6 Gs, but they could continuously pull 6 Gs. And it would just increase your speed each time. You would just be going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Where Chris has already stated he doesn't want to do that because he wants it to be a World War II dogfighting game. He wants you to have to be able to track somebody down, dogfight. And Traveler didn't do that. Traveler did the realistic thing where it had ships at miles away firing missiles and beams of lasers at each other from many, many miles away. And so you had to predict where the guy was moving. You had to aim in front of them. You know, you didn't actually have to do that. You rolled dice because it's a role-playing game. He didn't want that. That's not fun. You're right. Not for a first person, you know, not for an experience on a player. So he put, and he loves World War II movies and dogfights and things like that. So he brought this game and World War II together. And so you actually have to fly around and maneuver. Now, he didn't want it to be continuous acceleration because some people would be flying super fast. So what he did was he created this in-between thing that's not in Traveler that is in Star Citizen called the quantum drive. So to be able to get from planet to planet, you quantum. So you just, and you're there. But in Traveler, you have what's called a jump drive. It's still called a jump drive in Star Citizen. What that allows you to do is jump into a wormhole. And that's a game mechanic that allows you to stream out a whole solar system while streaming in a whole new solar system while you as a player are in this bubble of a wormhole that you're flying through, and then when you get to the other end, the new solar system has been loaded on your computer. So that's a game. That's a hardware limitation that allows you. So that's your loading screen. You know, you get rid of the map, you draw in a map, but the player doesn't see that. What he's seeing is his experience going through this wormhole. Then he gets to the other side. The new map's already loaded. Great. In Traveler, that's not the way it is. In Traveler, you jump, you go into jump space, and then you travel to your new destination, and you exit jump space. Very similar. Very similar. It just takes a lot longer in Traveler, and the Empire is so much bigger. And guess what? It is called an Empire. You do have an Emperor and all that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But he came up with a lot of unique ideas. It's almost like this is a Traveler campaign run by a referee called Chris Roberts, and he's got his own worlds that he's generated, and which you can do in Traveler, and he's got his own ship designs and stuff like that, which you can do in Traveler. You can design your own ships, and you can design your own worlds, and you can create your own adventures and stuff like that. So, yeah. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that? Why have I even considered that? Well, because if you look closely at some of the older videos, I'm talking about older videos, 2014 videos, 2013 videos, he's got Traveler books on his shelf. I, being a Traveler player, notice these things. I go, oh, look at that. He's got a whole rack of Traveler books. So you know he plays Traveler, and you know he's taken some inspiration from them, even if he doesn't realize it, just because it's probably the best role-playing game out there. All right, guys, more questions. If I don't get any more questions in the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to bail on you guys. Because I've come on here to answer some questions. I know that there's people coming and going and they're not asking questions. And that is okay. It's just hard for me to answer a question that doesn't appear. All right. Having finished my Gatorade, I am going to go use the little boys' room just for a minute. And then I'll be back to see if any questions have popped up. Be right back. See, I wasn't gone that long. Yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll be glad to answer them to the best of my ability. How come I'm not hearing anything out of that? Okay. There we go. Back to the beginning. Yeah, now I've decided tonight not to log into Discord and bring my Squadron online and kind of interrupt this whole give and take between my community and myself. So Discord is actually closed. I don't even know if anybody's on Discord right now. That's something that in the future our Squadron will get away from Discord and go towards Spectrum, if Spectrum gives us the features that we need. If it doesn't, then we're going to maintain the Discord. Hey, MC Joshua HMB. Yes, 3.0 is out to the Evocati. The Evocati is the first round of PTU testers. They're the first 1,000. And they have to sign an NDA. So we do not get to see any videos of 3.0 yet because only the Evocati has it right now. That came out on Thursday. 3.0, some bugs need to be smashed before they can get it to the regular PTU. That's the guys after the first 1,000. When it goes to the regular PTU, the NDA is lifted, so anybody, if you don't know what an NDA is, that's a non-disclosure agreement, that'll be lifted so that anybody can put videos out. I tend to be in the past, I've tended to be early in the PTU because of my bug reporting habits, right? I report a lot of bugs. So I tend to be early in the PTU. So when I get my hands on the PTU, I will be out there streaming it. Now, I'm super excited for... Okay, maybe I should do this. I'm super excited that in the next few weeks, I'm going to see the PTU button light up on my patcher. And when it does, I will be on 3.0 24/7, 7 days a week. I'll lose my job. My wife will leave me. Yeah, I'll stink because I haven't taken a shower. That kind of stuff. No, seriously though. But I will stream a couple hours of it every night. But I will also be with my squadron, hopefully, and we will be doing like squadron missions and stuff like that, and basically just enjoying 3.0 together. Good question. Good question. Appreciate you. If you got any more questions, feel free to ask. What you're looking at on the screen is not 3.0. This is 2.63, the latest patch that's live, because I don't have access to 3.0. The Evocati does. Evocati, that's a good question. What does that mean? Well, you know what I'm going to do? Yes, I'm going to use Google. Google Translate, right? Because it's a Greek or a Roman word. Evocatus, or the plural is evocati, was the Latin term for a soldier in the Roman army who had served out his time and obtained a discharge, honesta missio, but had voluntarily enlisted again at the invitation of the consul or other commander. So he's basically the prior service guy, right? He got out, honorable discharge, and then voluntarily went back in. Okay. Now, Star Citizen says that evocatio is the summoning, the name of reactivated veterans of the Roman Empire, also known as avocados. No. Now there's a Wiktionary, which I don't know if that's really a thing, but it says evocati is the plural of evocato. Anagrams are coviate or vociate, and evocati is the nominative masculine plural of evocatus. Okay, that doesn't really help me. Okay, let's go to evocatus. This is... doesn't give a description. Okay, the Wiktionary does absolutely nothing. Oh, wait. Evocata means lured or enticed, or possibly summoned or evoked. Okay. Okay, evoke. Evocate. I get it. Okay. Yeah, but Google puts out, it's a Latin term for a soldier in the Roman army who had served out his time and obtained a discharge, but had voluntarily enlisted again at the invitation of the consul or commander. What they do in Star Citizen is, the evocati are basically the guys that have volunteered to serve as QA for free, but they get to deal with all the bugs and things like that that are before it goes out to the wider PTU. And they do have 3.0. They do have 3.0 in their hands. They're playing it as we speak. People are on the Evocati servers right now. So anybody on Twitch or anybody on YouTube, if you got any more questions, feel free to drop them on me and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And I do appreciate all of you coming out to the stream, checking me out. Another thing is I'm using this opportunity to let you know that the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron is actively recruiting for members, because when 3.0 comes out, we'd like to have a larger group of guys that can handle being in multi-crew ships, first-person shooters, exploration, cargo escort, handle any kind of quick reaction group or anything like that. And we need more people in our organization so that we can be on at various times of the day. Speaking of which, I'm glad I just thought of this, brought this up. Different times of the day. We're primarily a U.S. organization, but that does not mean that every member in our organization is in the U.S. We have some UK, we have some Germans, we have some Australians, we have people all around the world. So what that does for us is those players can play when they can play, which is usually at different times of the day. So our squadron will have a 24-hour-a-day presence out there. But if you take the 30 people or so we have in the squadron and you divide that by, let's just say you play a couple hours a day, so divided by 12, you're only getting about 2 people on at a time. And that's not really a whole lot of people. Sometimes we have 6 to 7, 8 people logged in, and other times we have like one guy holding down the fort. So if you're out there, you're interested in joining a great group of guys, and you want to play with us as a military organization in Star Citizen, I'm going to say a paramilitary organization, because we do things like hostage rescue, escort cargo, anti-smuggling, anti-piracy, salvage, rescue operations. We do intel gathering, scouting and stuff like that. We do all different kinds of missions that you might think of maybe an elite military organization doing, and that's kind of the direction we're heading. We are the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, not the 42nd. We're the 1st. So first line of defense and all that. We're in the 5th Fleet. We're stationed in the Goss system. There is a naval base on the 3rd planet of the Goss system. The 2nd planet, or maybe it's the 1st planet of the Goss system, is a resort where a lot of people will, a lot of NPCs and players will. It's kind of like the Ryza of Star Citizen. People are going to go to that planet to relax, to see the sights, go fishing, go water skiing, stuff like that. That's Goss, and so our squadron is tasked with patrolling the system of Goss, because there are known pirates in that area, and we want to protect the interests of the Empire, and that's where we're at. We're just lucky enough to have Goss as our R&R planet, so we'll be there. That's where we're stationed. But that's not the only place we're going to go, obviously. When the world comes out, I think everybody in our organization wants to see every system, just, even if it's just to go visit it. We're, and with 100 different systems and 4 or 5 different planets per system, and a million missions per system and stuff like that, we're never going to run out of things to do in this game. So, it's just that our home base is Goss. Yeah, if you got any questions about our organization, drop them in the chat. If you are curious about what Star Citizen is or how you can get involved in Star Citizen, feel free to drop it in the chat. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk. I'm not here to play. So, yeah, look at that. That's just awe-inspiring. So we got some people in Twitch and in YouTube. That's great. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can always do that. If you want to help support the channel, let your friends know that I plan to be on from time to time. Hours, right? Back to that. My normal stream times are late, like 11 Central. Okay, what is that? Midnight Eastern. So I usually title my stream Live After Midnight or something like that. But that's because of the Eastern time. It's actually only 11 o'clock here, you know, but I just call it Live After Midnight because Eastern time it would be midnight. But like on the West Coast, it would be probably 9 o'clock, you know. So that's usually about the time that I stream, is 11 o'clock Central. And why is that? Well, that's because the family has either gone to bed or is in the process of going to bed, and so I can get away from the family, come sit down and stream for you guys. If they're not here, like tonight, they're off at school right now, I can stream for you guys in the middle of the evening. So that's how you got me right now, is because my wife's a school teacher and she teaches at a community college here in the local area, and my son goes to that college, you know, because it's free, and because she's a teacher, she could give him a free tuition. That was pretty awesome. So he's doing computer science, you know, what do you call it, a block off the old, or a block, how's that saying go? A chip off the old block. There you go. And I guess I'm the old block. But yeah, so he's doing that, and tonight he's got a class. So basically I'm here alone. I'm all alone. No, I'm not. I'm with you guys. And that's one thing. That's what I do. If I have free time, I will be streaming. If I don't have free time, then I'll either be working or I'll be with the family. We'll be watching TV or whatever. And I anticipate them coming home in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So it's going to be, this stream's going to be coming to a close here pretty soon. So, because it's almost 10 o'clock Central here right now. That's, I think, I don't even remember, but I think their class is over at like 9:30. So they should be home pretty soon. And as soon as they are, I'm just going to log off. We're going to go watch some TV together or whatever. But then later, when they all go to bed, I'll be right back on. So I'll be back on probably around midnight tonight as well. So if you're interested in coming back, checking this out. What I'm going to be playing tonight is, I don't know, it's probably going to be Star Citizen. I think I'm going to be sticking with Star Citizen quite a bit. I might do some Arena Commander because I just want to keep my Twitch skills in play. And you can watch a Saber fight it out in Arena Commander. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that are not playing Star Citizen right now. And that's because they have been playing the same build for the last year, 2 years. 262, I don't remember when it came out, but it was almost 2 years ago. And when you only have 18 missions to do in 2 years, you pretty much get worn out or tired of playing the same build over and over and over. So I understand why there isn't anybody playing, except for people that are brand new, because they when they get on, they're like, oh my god, this is all amazing. Because it is. It really is. It's just after you played it for a month or two, you're like, okay, I've done everything. What else is there to do? But when 3.0 comes out, that's going to revitalize, re-energize the community, and you're going to see a lot of people logging back in and playing until that gets old. But I don't think 3.0 is going to get old very soon. Not like 262 did. 262 got old after about 6 months. You know, you play it for 6 months, a year, done. You're done. 3.0 comes out with the dynamic missions. You're going to get, and with, there's going to be more, I know this is not good English, more different kinds of gameplay. And because of that, that year will stretch out to maybe 2 years or 3 years or something like that. But hopefully, with the Delta Patcher coming out, they'll be able to add missions or add content without us waiting for the next big patch. They can like iterate. You know, if they need to just change the color of a door, they could do that. If they just need to make the door, you know how they used to have these doors that would close and then they would be left open like this much. Once they fix that bug where they will actually close all the way, they can put that in. Be like a 2-second download. Boom, done. It'll just automatically update when you launch the launcher. You won't even notice it, really. That's the kind of things that can happen with the Delta patch. Are they still going to have 3.1, 3.2? Yes. But that's more going to be like hype generators. They're going to like, oh, 3.2 is coming out. You know, but in between, can they do patches? Yes. In the past, they couldn't because it would be so much downloading. You'd have to download the whole game every time they patch it. But now they don't have to do that. So they can patch things, maybe not change things or add things, but they can patch things super easy. And so that I'm super excited about that. So the issue council will become even more important because every little thing you find, they could actually fix the very next day, or they could the next week, or within a month or whatever, and you don't have to wait for a big patch. So issue council is going to be super important. Yeah, 3.0 should have dynamically generated missions. So just because I carry cargo from point A to point B might mean that there's a mission generated to stop someone from carrying cargo from point A to point B. So there's going to be all these dynamic missions automatically generated based on what we're doing in the universe. So the it'll be like a never-ending mission creation by the game. So that's going to be super exciting. I'm super excited about that. Plus, there's going to be a lot to look at. There's going to be a lot to look at. Because right now, what can I do? I can go to the moons. I can go to Yela or Daymar or whatever, and I can fly around those moons and look down from up high. That's all I can do. But in 3.0, I'm going to be able to fly to that moon and then fly down to that moon and actually land on the ground, get out of my ship, and see rocks and footprints and maybe chase somebody through the woods or whatever. I don't really think that any of these moons are going to have any kind of different biomes. I know they showed us some pictures and stuff, but really, to me, a rock is a rock is a rock. And that's what these planets are. They're just going to be rocks. They're going to be laid out a little bit differently. Big deal. They're going to be different colors. So what? One's going to have geysers, one's not. Big deal. So it's like all the moons around Crusader are pretty much the same. I mean, there's going to be things on the moons that you can go find and see and do that. That I'm excited for. Like I'm going to find an outpost or something like that, and that's going to be pretty cool. But just the planets themselves, I know it's a technological breakthrough, and I understand that it was a lot of work and stuff like that. But really, not really caring about it. I care about the locations, the places, unique locations. Because a rock is a rock is a rock. Now, the planetoid of Delamar, that's going to be a little bit different, but really, maybe not. I don't know. It does. And I think, I'm going to have to do some research. I could do it right now, actually, but I think there's something wrong. Oh, they're home.
In the mailbox?
Yeah.
Okay. You know you shouldn't leave that out there all night. Somebody probably take it out. I don't think did you check the mail when you took it in?
Yeah, when I went out there was no mail.
Okay.
So
you want to leave that in the mailbox all night?
I don't have a problem with it, yeah.
Okay. Somebody walks by, they can get in there.
It's true, but I don't.
Well, they do it. That's up to you.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Alright guys, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. As I said, now that they're home, I'm logging out. You guys have a great night. Come on, mouse pointer, where are you at?